Hey, how's it going? John Dorsey with johnd.net. And today we're going to talk about goals and setting goals, why goals are important. But first, I want to start off with this quote. In absence of clearly defined goals, we become strangely loyal to performing daily trivia until we ultimately become enslaved by it. That's by Robert Hayden. Now, what do we mean by trivia? Well, trivia means unimportant matters. Now, we're all guilty of this where we got things we want to accomplish, we got things we set out to do, but we end up getting sidetracked with daily trivia. That could be sports, that could be your movies, various types of gossip. Uh, that could be social issues. That could be politics. Basically, things that don't really won't really benefit you when it comes to accomplishing your goals. And in order to accomplish your goals, you have to have clear goals. Not just clear goals, but defined goals, goals that are written down, goals that you're constantly going back over. And a lot of times, why people tend to not reach their goals, or it takes them longer than it should to reach their goals. Not that there's a set time, but they probably would have got there sooner if they would have just focused. They became loyal to participating in the talk about what your football team did, or your baseball or basketball team, whatever thing you're into. They become mixed up in doing that on a daily basis, and ultimately become enslaved by it. Now that's all they can focus on. That's what they spend most of their time doing. That's what they spend most of their time talking about, focusing on. When if they use that same energy to focus on their goals, they will be a far more further ahead. Now let's talk about there's three different types of goals. There's the A goals, and A goals are things you know you can do. That's the A goal. Then there are B goals, things you think you can do. Now let's just talk about these first two before I put what a C goal is. A goals, things you know you can do. So let's say you are currently an accountant. So you know that you can do accountant work. So if you and your goal is to make more money. Well, people with an A type goal or A type mindset set when it comes to goal making will say, well, currently an accountant and I want to make more money, so I need to look for a new place to work, a new job, or I need to go in business for myself. Uh, I need to maybe go back to school to, let's say you have a bachelor's degree in accounting, get a master's degree, or get a doctorate in accounting. Those are things you know you can do. Let's say you have an A type goal, you want to get a new car, but you currently drive a Honda Civic, and your goal is to get a new car, but your new car is a newer Honda Civic. Things you know you can do. That's the A goal. B goals are things you think you can do. So let's say you're an accountant and you want to make more money. So your B goal now is, well, already have a degree in accounting, so I want to uh, transfer that over to getting a master's in finance or uh, economics or something along those lines. Things you think you can do. That's the car analogy with the Beagle. Okay, I have a Honda Civic right now. I want a new car. I want to get a Honda Accord. I want to get a Honda SUV, whatever. Things you think you can do. So, what is a C goal? Things you think you can't do. And this is where your growth happens when you set a C goal, because you're not growing with these A and B goals because you're playing it safe basically. And when you set a C goal, you're doing something completely you're doing something that your family will call you crazy and that you need to calm down. A C goal, if, if you're an accountant, you say, well, I want to make more money. You're saying with a C goal, I'm going to quit this accounting job and I'm going to start trading the stock market. I'm going to start trading Forex. I'm going to start trading Bitcoin. I'm going to start, uh, I'm going to start this online business that sells vitamin supplements. I'm going to get into real estate. I'm I'm going to, it's basically you're going places that you haven't gone before with a seagull. Uh, with the car analogy, you said, well, okay, a seagull for the car analogy is okay. I got this Honda Civic. Now I want to go out and get a Mercedes S Class. I want to go get uh, a Bentley, a Ferrari. Basically you're really stretching. So that's a C goal. And when you set your goals, it shouldn't be safe goals. It should be goals that help you stretch. Now, the purpose of a C goal isn't necessarily to, sure, you want to accomplish the C goal, but the C goal isn't necessarily for you to get the C goal. The purpose of the C goal is to help you stretch and grow and truly expand your thinking, expand your motive, basically push you to be more motivated to accomplish those goals. Because, like we talked about in previous videos, if you saw it, that when it comes to setting a goal, goal set when you're going to reach a goal, it's not a straight line. That there's growth along the way. So even if you don't hit this main goal that you might have set, the C goal that you set here, to get to this point, there was a lot of growth. I know my lines ain't lining up, but there's a lot of growth that happens. You start here, but along the journey, you're learning more things, you're doing more things, you're growing. And you're growing over time. And as you grow, your potential growth goes up. So, growth. I don't know if you can read that, but basically, your growth goes up. So, these lines get bigger, and potentially, this frequency, how often you hit these positive and negative swings that I talked about before, either the frequency increases or the amplitude increases or the growth. Or some more than likely, what you want is for both, for your frequency to increase and for your amplitude to increase, basically for your growth to become bigger and bigger. And that's all on your journey to reaching this C goal. So let's say if you start here, let me erase. Let's go here. So you started here, and your amplitude was small, and then it got bigger here. But let's say you got here, and your frequency increased, and so did your amplitude. So now hitting this main, so you become more of a focused, better person the closer you get to this main goal. You become able to talk about and do things that you weren't able to do when you were here. You know, just like me talking about this didn't happen yesterday, didn't happen this morning. It happened over time, and as I studied this more and more often, I became more familiar with the material. I grew more, and as you learn more things, it becomes easier to learn other things. So growth, amplitude, all on the journey to hitting that C goal. So I hope you got a lot out of this video. Understand about why it's important to set goals, Why it's important to write your goals down. Why it's important to read your goals every day. Why it's important to maybe even rewrite your goals every day, because as you're connecting something physical to your goals, which will be writing it, it becomes more ingrained into your subconscious. And we talked about that before, how as beloved, so below, your inner world creates your outer world. So that's it for this video. Hope you got some value out of it. If you did, like, share, subscribe. And if you want to work more closely with me, get more training like this, get more insight on how to build an online business, I'm giving away my 7-step checklist that I use every day to move my business forward. And that's the link below this video or in my bio, depending on where you're seeing this video. Enter your email, and I'll send it to you right away. So that's it for this video. Talk to you again soon.